So just while he's doing that, tomorrow we're going to cover publish it. So all of the things related, like the covers, the titles, to all this stuff. Can you hear me now, Vincent?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great. Can you all hear Vincent? Great. Let's give him a big hand for being here. Woohoo! Vincent, I showed your cover a minute ago. Hey, you've got a very interesting story. You're a therapist. You were doing very well as a therapist. I mean, charging $100 an hour, which is on the high side for Toronto. But you came to this class a few months ago. First, tell us what your main objective was. What was your main objective in getting a book? Like, why would you? And full disclosure here, he is in our Done For You program. But tell the folks here, Vincent, what were you looking to get a book to do for you? Because you're a therapist, and what was the reason you thought that a book would be a good idea for you?
Well, I was in the...
No, we've lost you. Let me go back here. Hold on a second.
Having a book would really reach a lot more people, and it was a no-brainer for me. And I think it was the time people have been telling me, write a book, write a book, write a book. Just waiting for 2 years.
So we have been talking about, so you had your own practice. One of the things that I'm trying to convince these people to understand is that there is value and tangible results that can be had before the book even comes out. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that have happened. Now, you've just joined, you've probably only written one word so far. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that have happened. I see Sandra there giving us thumbs up. And Sandra, I wanted you to meet Vincent because he's also a mindset coach and therapist. Her and her husband are doing a book, and she's got to come into our program. She's already in one of them, but and so Vincent, share your story about what's happened before your book has even come out. If this doesn't motivate your socks, nothing will.
Well, I want to say, Jerry, you completely changed my life with just one session. The fact that you told me and you believed that I had so much more value to offer was the key. And when you said that, I questioned, do I really have more value? And so you told me things to do. You could do these programs. You could take people from A to Z and show them solutions. And so I pitched, like literally the day you said it, I pitched a $3,000 program, completely terrified. I have no idea what I was doing. But I learned so much from that. It completely changed my life. And now from there, I sold an $8,000 program. Okay. And since then, that was only like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after that. And now people are signing on from all over the world for my 90-day elite coaching $11,000 program.
You hear that?
Last week, I had an Australian sign on. Somebody from Japan. I'm working with somebody from London, from Botswana. It's mind blowing. I want to thank you, Jerry.
Well, listen, dude, I'm not surprised because when you get out of your own way and you follow the advice of a mentor who has the results you want, you shave decades into days. And so now let's unpack that a little bit. I was saying a few minutes ago that whenever you go from where you are now to where you want to be, you're going to hear voices in your head. When you started to consider, like, and from what you've told me, a big component of this paradigm shift is when you started being able to tell people that you're an author of a book, and that both changed their viewpoint and your viewpoint about yourself. When you first time you set out to let people know that you're an author or to charge more fees, sell higher ticket items. And now you're selling $11,000. You know how long you have to friggin' do $100 an hour therapy if you're charging, and now you're getting 11,000 for a 6-month or 1-year program. But talk to us, 90 days. Talk to us about what mentally goes through your mind to make such a bold step, because you cannot do that without it activating some paradigms. What happened inside your head?
I think if everybody has seen, when you draw that circle with the unconscious and subconscious, those thoughts in my mind, it has been, you can't ever charge that. Nobody's never going to pay you. You should be doing this for free, for charity. But I didn't realize that those beliefs were affecting how I was feeling about myself, my own value, my own worth. So from listening to you saying you have a lot more value to offer, and when I believed that, I actually provided 10,000 times more value to other people. Yeah. And when they feel that, they're going to pay what it's worth because they want that value and they can see it. So it's a complete mind shift that happens, and people are, because now that has allowed me to develop a system, a method that I can achieve a breakthrough in one session in 10 minutes. Like, I never thought that it could be possible, but it's been my mindset of believing I could have more value and worth. And that's how people are signing on, because I give them that breakthrough session. Their minds are blown. Yeah. I'm like, let's do this. Let's get you to where you want to be.
So you've overcome the paradigm. The people who are listening to us today, and we have hundreds of people on this call, and thousands more will be listening on the replay, I'm sure. You didn't know me before you came into this class. You saw an ad on Facebook, I guess, like everybody else, and you came. What was your attitude like in terms of skepticism? And since you joined my big program, my Done For You program, it's a lot of money. How did you mentally get over the sticker shock? What was your attitude and how did you overcome that skepticism?
I think based on COVID, everything happening, I had to make the decision. My entire music career got wiped out. And I'm like, do I just sit here and wait? Or, I'm deciding I need to do something. I can't just sit here. And the ideas started to come, and I was committed to having something happen. And your ad just popped up, and I'm like, this is it. It's time. And when I signed on to the book challenge in the 5-day, everything made sense. There were facts, there were, steps in which, okay, I can fund it. We had experience. I could see the proof. It was no brainer. Like, this was what I was looking for. And I went to another publisher before that. I had something to compare to. And this was night and day. And so when I saw it, and I said, it was no brainer. I had to sign on.
But let's be clear.
I tell everyone else. Yeah. I literally had to borrow the money.
Oh, that's what I was just going to say.
I didn't have it, but I knew that I was going to get back everything plus more. And I haven't even written a word yet in the book.
Wow. Well,
I'm doing speaking engagements.
Dude, that's
already.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because people often will look at a testimonial, somebody like you who are saying and they think that maybe, you're just loaded and you've got so much money and this is so easy. It's tough, but you did it. And you, and I'm going to talk to people in a few minutes now. I did this morning have a private session with some people who heard about our Done For You program, and I mentioned it a few times, and I'll just mention it again. We don't really bring that up in these classes. So if you want to hear about my Done For You program, you need to send me a private chat. I'm going to next talk about a much less expensive alternative, a do-it-yourself toolkit. But either way, people have to really answer the question, can you trust this guy? I mean, and you don't know me, they don't know me from Adam. They've been listening to me for a few days now. How would you help people? What advice would you give them, or how can you help them make the transition to do this? Like, what is it that they should hear about in terms of, do they deliver what they promise?
I think everyone who is on this, and even including myself, there's that little voice that says, yes, yeah, you can consider it. This is a possibility. And once that paradigm comes up, there's this huge, weight that says, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. So I say follow that voice, let it out. And here is someone like that can bring that voice and make anything happen for you. Like Jared, you did that for me. Mm-hmm. And I had to just force it out. And once you do that, stay on your goal.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever give it up.
Yeah.
If you do, over time, you will achieve what you have. Yeah. So many people give up at the first sign of trouble.
And I think the good news is a lot of this has happened. You've only got one word written, and your future is fantastic. So, listen, you do breakthrough coaching. We've got a lot of people here who might be able to use your service. If people wanted to find out more about your journey or find out more about what you do and how you might be able to help some of these people, because they're going to feel fear. And we have some fear coaches, but you are also an expert on helping people break through limiting beliefs. How do people get a hold of you, Vincent? And would you be willing to give them a copy of your book once it comes out?
Absolutely. I feel that there's my link to the landing page. So just sign up. You'll get a link to book a session with me. And
you can do a session.
People have done it.
Yep.
Nothing to lose.
Dude.
At least you'll find a source, understand where you're stuck. And I've been consistently doing it. Give me 10 minutes. Give me 15 minutes. I'll move you on, and you better achieve your dreams.
You better be careful, because we have hundreds and hundreds of people on here. So let's make it for 10 people. Okay. Let's not go crazy. So by the way, if you get a session with Vincent, you friggin' show up. Like, it's amazing to me the amount of people who won't show. Like, Vincent, I was telling them that I've had over 2,200 people sign up for this 5-day challenge, and only a few hundred actually came. So if you get an appointment with Vincent, and he's kind enough to give you a free coaching session because of me and because of this, you friggin' show up and move into action for what he says. So his contact information is there in the and look, at Millennia's already done it. So congratulations. So reach out to him, but if he gives you that session, make sure you act on it. Thank you very much, my friend. God bless.
Thank you, Jeff.
Let's give him a big hand, everybody. He's the man. All right. So what I want to do now is, as I mentioned, I want to quickly go over my do-it-yourself toolkit. I'm going to go through this fast. It's just going to be a few minutes. I need you to just loosen up for a minute first. So while this lady is showing us her children, I need you to get into a different state. So everybody up on your feet or make some noise. Do something.